Right now, a Madison hospital has plans to expand their care sites in order to better serve cancer patients in underserved areas.
Also, how a new bill at the state capitol could make college campuses gun-free zones.
And lawmakers on Capitol Hill grill social media CEOs over harmful content that kids are seeing on the platforms. That's all coming up at 10. Thanks for joining us. Dane County authorities say they're investigating another carjacking, this one from late last night on Madison's east side.
It was the second reported carjacking Tuesday alone. Monona police say earlier in the morning, a driver was pushed out of a vehicle by a passenger who then stole it. In last night's carjacking, the victim told police that he and another person were parked on Parkwood Lane just after 10 p.m. when an SUV pulled up, boxed them in. 4 men in masks and armed with handguns got out and stole the victim's car. It was later found unoccupied, and no one was hurt. And also late last night, some reported gunshots near Easttown Mall shortly after 9. A viewer sent us this video from the scene. Madison officers say they found evidence of a shooting, but no injured people or any property damage. They say they believe the people involved know each other and say there's no threat to the public.
At the state capitol today, a new bill introduced would prevent people from bringing guns onto college campuses. This bill would treat campuses similar to K-12 schools, which are gun-free zones under state law. One supporter of the proposed legislation says it was written in part as a response to a culture of gun deaths and violence here in the U.S.
No other country in the world tolerates the level of gun deaths, and especially gun deaths among children, that this country does. It is absolutely preventable. We can prevent it through smart public policy.
Right now, someone would receive a trespassing charge for carrying a gun into a campus building marked as weapons-free. This would increase that to a misdemeanor. It's not just for public universities. Private colleges would also have to abide. Well, we hope you got outside today because it was absolutely gorgeous, full of sunshine and blue skies.
It's nice. Groundhog Day is Friday. Based on today's weather, you'd think an early spring might be right around the corner. We'll know more on Friday morning. I know Gary puts a lot of stock in the Groundhog's forecast. We check in with him now on the patio. Gary?
Well, if the forecast holds, it looks like Jimmy is not going to see a shadow, meaning the worst of winter has passed, and that's probably right, just based on the current weather trend and where we're headed. The time-lapse from the WISC-TV Skycam showed cloudy skies for the morning, but as we got into the afternoon, those clouds dissipated, and there we were, beautiful sunshine for the afternoon, and then clear skies at sunset. Visibility's still pretty good, but we're starting to see some patches of fog form, and that will become more widespread over the next couple of hours, especially west of Madison. There are dense fog advisories in effect now until 11 a.m. tomorrow morning for areas west of Platteville to Lone Rock to Camp Douglas line. High temperatures today, mild. Here in Madison, we're at 40, but La Crosse hit 53. That was a record high, and temperatures are in the 50s over western Wisconsin, where there's not nearly as much snow cover. And right now, temperatures are mainly in the mid to upper 30s. Madison's still close to 40 at 38 degrees, but it is 40 in Middleton, 37 degrees in McFarland, and look for skies to become cloudy and fog to develop overnight. Low temperature still mild at 35, so we'll continue to melt the snow. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes more mild weather as we head not only for the rest of this week, but through next week as well.
Gary, thank you. The school bus service that brings Madison children to school is getting some new vehicles. 5 electric buses will soon join First Student's fleet. The buses come from nearly $2 million in grant money from the EPA. They'll be brought into service over the next year and a half for the district. District Superintendent Lisa Kvistad said the electric buses will help the district move closer to achieving its sustainability goals. According to the American Association for Cancer Research, 80% of patients with cancer in the nation are treated in community centers.
These patients don't have the needs or transportation to get to somewhere with advanced research and care. As Armand Rahman found, Madison Hospital's effort to expand access is shedding light on the growing need for it.
Oncologists are launching a new trial program here at SSM Health's South Madison campus in hopes to make the latest cancer research accessible to all patients.
Kind of wherever they get their oncology care will be a site that they could also get, access to research.
Oncologist Dr. Ryan Porter says SSM Health patients will hopefully not have to travel far to the university, Mayo Clinic, or elsewhere for cancer care. Starting in Madison, Circuit Clinical's research team will be embedded into SSM Health care sites to connect patients to clinical trials and research.
The way we make progress is through clinical trials. So as new drug developments, new advancements come to the front, they have to test whether or not these are going to improve on what the current standard of care is.
In a report from the American Association for Cancer Research, Black, Hispanic, Indigenous, and Asian communities were constantly underrepresented in clinical trials addressing pancreatic, ovarian, cervical, uterine, and breast cancer, and chemotherapy. Dr. Porter says the struggles those underserved communities can feel every day are magnified for their patients with cancer.
They're more tired. They're kind of run down. Financially, cancer can take a big toll where people, just may not be working.
The new partnership will eventually extend to SSM care sites in rural and urban areas across Wisconsin.
Really the success stories we've seen in oncology, the reason they're part of our day-to-day care is because clinical trials, demonstrated their benefit.
Dr. Porter says patients who participate in the trial won't have to pay any extra for new drugs or care that they receive. In Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
SSM Health and Circuit Clinical plans to expand access across Illinois, Missouri, and Oklahoma as well. Well, improvements are coming to the dental care industry here in Wisconsin. Governor Evers signed a package of bills today aimed at expanding access and addressing workforce shortages. One bill would authorize licenses for dental therapists, which is a position between a dentist and a hygienist. They are trained to fill cavities but cannot perform more complex operations. Other bills include handing out aid and scholarships for dental training programs. Wisconsin Republicans want to weaken the governor's veto powers. They proposed a constitutional amendment to prohibit a veto to increase any tax or fee. Wisconsin governors have the most expansive partial veto power in the country because, unlike in other states, they can strike nearly any part of a budget bill. If passed by the legislature in 2 consecutive sessions, they are then put on the ballot for voter approval. That means the soonest the latest proposal could be adopted would be 2025.
It's shaping up to be a battle for the union vote. Former President Donald Trump with the Teamsters Union in Washington, D.C. earlier today. The meeting comes weeks after Trump held a private get-together with the union's leader Sean O'Brien at his Mar-a-Lago resort. Union members have typically voted for Democrats in the past, but Trump is hoping to peel away some of their support from President Biden.
Stranger things have happened. Usually a Republican wouldn't get that endorsement. For many, many years, they only do Democrats, but in my case it's different because I've employed thousands of Teamsters, and I thought we should come over and pay our respects.
Well, Trump's meeting with the Teamsters comes a week after another union, the United Auto Workers, endorsed President Biden.
The Wisconsin Elections Commission is asking the state Supreme Court to deny a Democratic presidential challenger's bid to get on the ballot. It argues Minnesota Congressman Dean Phillips did not take immediate action once learned he wouldn't be on Wisconsin's ballots. He filed a lawsuit last week arguing the WEC and the Presidential Preference Selection Committee illegally ignored his request to be on the ballot. Phillips could have gotten on the ballot through an alternative method, collecting 8,000 Wisconsinite signatures, but that would have had to be completed by yesterday. Today was the final day to register to vote online by mail prior to the spring primary on February 20th. Those races will be for local nonpartisan offices, not federal candidates. But don't worry if you forgot to register. You can still do so on the day of the election. Just don't forget to bring a photo ID and proof of residence. Democrats aren't giving up easily after a judge's dismissal of their lawsuit looking to bring back absentee ballot drop boxes.
Now, those were barred from the state back in 2022. A Dane County Circuit judge ruled the lawsuit did not meet the high burden required to declare the voting rules being challenged were unconstitutional. National Democratic firm Elias Law Group is now appealing the decision. That appeal brings the challenge one step closer to the state Supreme Court, which now has a 4-3 liberal majority. The CEOs of Meta, TikTok, X, and other social media companies testified before the Senate Judiciary Committee today about child safety on their platforms.
As Skylar Henry reports, families of those who suffered the loss of children to suicide and sexual exploitation came to call for meaningful change.
I was sexually exploited on Facebook.
How many more kids like Matthew?
Like Olivia.
Like Riley?
How many more kids will suffer and die?
The Senate Judiciary Committee opened the hearing on the dangers of social media with recorded testimony from children and their parents.
Would you like to apologize for what you've done to these good people?
No one should have to go through the things that your families have suffered.
Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg and the heads of TikTok, X and other companies testified about their efforts to protect children from online predators.
How many times did an Instagram user who got this warning that you're seeing images of child sexual abuse, how many times did that user click on see results anyway, I want to see that?
Senator, I'm not sure if we stored that, but I'll personally look into this and we'll follow up after.
Among the family's demands, amending the regulation that shields tech companies from being sued by users.
These companies must be reined in, or the worst is yet to come.
He was an amazing kid, a great sense of humor. I miss his laugh.
Carson Bride was 16 years old when he took his life in 2020 after he was cyberbullied.
Their business models are to engage and keep our kids online. Safety is not a priority to them.
The same year, Fred Warner's 14-year-old daughter, Jocelyn, died by suicide after being bullied online.
Right now, I'm trying to just hold hands with others and just create a space that we can show the accountability of those that have failed our kids.
During the hearing, parents displayed photos of those they have lost in hopes more will be done to save others before it's too late. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
More local stories are ahead at 10.
A group of eagles spreading their wings after recovering from injuries. We travel to Prairie du Sac for today's release and to learn more about the organization responsible for rehabilitating these birds.
Choose FlexBuy on an Explorer and get 1.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $1,500 FlexBuy cash. See your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
It's the annual RV show and sale you don't want to miss at Interstate RV, February 2nd through the 4th. Great RV show pricing just up the road. Highway 51, Poinet.
The Madison Camper and RV Show and Sale is back. Enjoy the great outdoors at the Alliant Energy Center Friday through Sunday, February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Johnson Financial Group started with an idea that a bank could do more for its community, helping its people make not just a living, but the life they've worked so hard for. That's why with our clients, we don't start with assets or balance sheets. We start with your story, caring about your hopes and dreams for the future and building a financial plan to help you achieve them the way we've done it for over 50 years. Customer-focused, truly local, and committed to our communities. We are Johnson Financial Group.
Get the Channel 3000 app and I'll show you ways you can save time in your commute.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
Y'all ready for today? The Jennifer Hudson Show will keep you on your toes. This time, we've got a huge surprise in studio.
I may need a little help from y'all.
Then DJ and record producer D-Nice.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Well, just in time for the Super Bowl, a Chicago company is introducing a chicken wing sauce with a different kind of kick.
Yeah, cannabis oil infused into mild buffalo sauce to create good news, big game wing sauce. The makers at Cresco Labs say football fans won't smell or taste the THC, but will feel its effects about the same dose as a micro edible for people dipping 3 or 4 wings.
So to be able to bring this wing sauce to life and have people enjoy it while they're watching the game should definitely help fans get along better, whether they're cheering for the 49ers or the Chiefs. It'll be a very mellow celebration for everybody.
Very mellow. The sauce goes on sale Friday for adults 21 and over at select dispensaries in the Chicago area. Speaking of the Super Bowl, here's a look at the official Super Bowl game ball. It's being made at the Wilson factory in Ada, Ohio. The balls are made the night of the conference championship games. So once the conference champs are announced, or once they win their games, the team names can be stitched into those footballs. Don't forget, CBS is the home of this year's Super Bowl. See the Niners battle the Chiefs right here Sunday, February 11th. The kickoff is set for 5:30.
A Wisconsin nonprofit dedicated to the care and rehabilitation of injured birds released several juvenile bald eagles back into the wild this morning in Prairie du Sac. All of the birds released today were taken to the Raptor Education Group Incorporated, or REGI, after suffering injuries following a fall from their nest due to weather or illness. It's a long journey for the birds to be brought back to health where they can return to their natural habitat, and that's what makes release days like today so special for those involved in the process.
You know, just to see them grow up and to be able to release them back into the wild is just, I don't know, I don't have a lot of words for it. It's really incredible and something I'll remember forever.
An annual bald eagle viewing event returns to Prairie du Sac in 10 days. Bald eagle watching days is set for Saturday, February 10th. It was rescheduled because of winter storms earlier this month.
If you're looking to get out onto the ice for ice fishing, well, you better do it soon. The conditions have deteriorated dramatically over the last week. 4 inches of ice is considered a safe amount for people to stand on. Right now, many are reporting at least 5 inches on the Madison chain. We were treated, as Gary mentioned, sunshine and blue skies today. And he's back now with a complete look at the First Warn forecast.
We also have the mild weather, and that will continue to melt the ice. And I think, you know, over the next week or so, I think many locations probably would be kind of unsafe to be out there on the ice. But let's take a look, first of all, at our weather photo for tonight. This one comes from Greg Sichi of Madison. Beautiful picture, and you can see the moon there. One of the few nights that we're actually able to see it. You can submit your weather photos to us through the First Warn Weather and Traffic app, and you can also email them to us at firstwarn@wisctv.com. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Fog will develop overnight and continue into at least tomorrow morning, but it'll be mild through at least next weekend and probably even beyond that. Look for some showers Thursday afternoon, Friday, and Saturday of next week. Fog trying to develop. Right now, most of the major reporting stations around here, around 10-mile visibility, but notice Eau Claire has dropped to 3/4 of a mile, Austin, Minnesota, down to a mile, and that fog continues to thicken up. Dense fog advisories are in effect through 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, basically for western Wisconsin, northeastern Iowa, and most of southern Minnesota. But that's an area that saw temperatures into the 50s today. La Crosse had a record high at 53. Minneapolis is up to 55. Eau Claire 52. So you can see the effects that the snow cover had on our temperatures. We were around 40. It kind of looked cold by comparison. But remember, these temperatures are about 15 degrees above average for this time of year. And you can see that snow cover. It continues to diminish across southern Wisconsin. Still about 6 to 9 inches of snow generally here, but a lot of that will start to melt over the next week, especially with temperatures like this. High temperatures in the upper 30s to lower 40s the next couple of days, and then low to mid 40s all the way through the end of next week, with some rain at the end of next week as well. 8 to 14-day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. Above normal temperatures, a 90% chance for Madison eastward, with the western part of the country being colder than normal. And so what happens is you get the jet stream in between, and that gives us an active storm track. And we'll see a couple of weather systems toward the end of the 10-day period with some rain showers mainly at that time. Now, the new outlook was just released today, the new February outlook, and it's calling for below normal precipitation from Madison to the east, with above normal precipitation in the southwestern part of the country. But look at the temperatures. Expected to be above normal for the northern half of the country, and for a monthly outlook to see 70 to 80% chances of above normal temperatures, that is extremely rare. And even beyond that, the 3-month outlook for February, March, and April calling for above normal temperatures for about the northern third of the country, with below normal precipitation from here off toward the east. Now, in the short term, we have that dense fog advisory. That runs until 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, west of a Platteville to Lone Rock to Camp Douglas line. Planning your night, planning your day for tomorrow. Lots of clouds. Temperatures mid-30s in the morning, getting up to around 40 degrees by lunchtime. The fog should start to thin out at that point. Look for high temperatures tomorrow in the lower 40s. As far as the fog is concerned, about 7:30 a.m., we're looking for about quarter-mile visibility from Madison westward. Eastern parts of the area, probably not as much fog. Look for a low tonight of 35 with areas of fog. And then tomorrow, the fog mainly in the morning, otherwise cloudy and mild with a high of 41. Planning your day across Dane County, high 41 Belleville, 41 in Waunakee, and 41 in Sun Prairie. Rest of southern Wisconsin, maybe a little more sunshine out to the west, getting the high up to 46 in Prairie du Chien and 45 in La Crosse. First one, 7 to 10 day forecast, mild weather all the way through next week. Not looking for any rain or snow, at least until Thursday afternoon of next week, and then maybe some rain showers after that, maybe mix with a few flakes of snow Friday night into Saturday morning.
All right, Gary, thank you. Oscar-winning director Martin Scorsese is working on a new movie about Jesus. To learn more, the 81-year-old went as close to the source as he could get by meeting Pope Francis. A Vatican official described Scorsese and the pontiff as, quote, two men of genius and experience for whom the figure of Jesus has extraordinary fascination and value. He's made movies about Christianity before, including The Last Temptation of Christ and Silence.
Women in the music industry showed out for 2023, according to an annual report from the University of Southern California. Each year, the school's Annenberg Inclusion Initiative looks at how many women are credited on music's biggest hits. Of last year's most popular tracks, as defined by Billboard's year-end Hot 100 Singles chart, 35% of the credited performing artists were women. That is more than researchers found for any year dating back to 2012. Also, for the first time ever, more than half of the year's 100 most popular songs had at least one female songwriter.
And coming up in sports, the key to beating Nebraska at Nebraska is defense. What Chucky Hepburn learned after losing there last season is next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Menards is the one-stop shop for everything you need. Clean up your space with help from Rubbermaid. This industrial-strength 32-gallon trash can is built to withstand intense sunlight and freezing temperatures. Get this trash can and lid for $19.99. Get the floor of your dreams with our huge selection of Shaw flooring. Waterproof vinyl plank offers the look of real wood without the worry. This Citadel vinyl plank flooring is $248 a square foot.
Save big money at Menards.
Come on, Michael, come on. Catch the ball! Huddle up! Do you need to get your eyes checked?
Well, actually, here's the play. Stanton Optical makes glasses in 30 minutes. It's easy on 3. 1, 2, 3. Easy!
Hut! Come on, Michael, you got this! Come on, turn! Michael, catch! I can see! You did it! I did it!
30-minute glasses? Now that's an easy play. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
Discover new opportunities together in a new Chevy. Meet up in an award-winning Equinox. Lend a hand in the Silverado with up to 14 available camera views. Or mix it up in the Trax with an 11-inch diagonal display screen. Find the Chevy that's right for you. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Equinox models. Or get $500 cash allowance, plus current Chevy owners get an additional $1,000 cash allowance.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Pick and Save always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Pick and Save app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Are you searching for a fresh career? Then join the team at Chalk D Building Systems. We're expanding, now with 2 Sun Prairie locations, and we're looking for individuals to join our team as assemblers, material handlers, order pickers, and machine operators. Chalk D Building Systems competitive pay starts at $22 per hour, plus comprehensive benefits. 3 shifts are available with overtime potential, and you'll become part of our 100% employee-owned team. Make your next career move on the careers page at chalkd.com.
Ready to transform your skin in one simple step?
Introducing Paula's Choice Mandelic and Lactic Acid AHA Liquid Exfoliant. 100% soft smoother, softer, brighter skin. Resurface texture and tone, and promote healthy cell turnover without irritation. The next level of exfoliation is here. Available at Paula's Choice and Sephora.
On Thursday, Wisconsin men's basketball heads to a place that's just hard to win at, Pinnacle Bank Arena. This season, Nebraska is 13-1 in Lincoln with wins over then #1 Purdue, Michigan State, and Northwestern. The last time the Badgers were there, well, it was a game to forget. UW blew a double-digit lead in the second half and ended up losing by 10 in overtime. And even though this team is different, success at Nebraska starts and ends with defense.
Last year we had, I think, a 20-point lead. And, you know, we let them come back in the game. And it was just from little mistakes that we did, you know, letting Tamanaga get loose, you know, let them get hot. You know, that's what really sparked their energy. And then they got going, and it just seemed like they were pretty much hard to stop. So, you know, we got really lucky defensively from the start of the game to the end of the game.
And just a reminder to check out this week's episode of Wisconsin Huddle. Tyler Wall stops by to talk about UW's current hot streak and winning his 100th game as a Badger. Show starts at 6:30 right here on News 3 Now. A big one in the WIAC, Whitewater hosting Oshkosh in a top 25 showdown. Seconds before halftime, Casey Carallo steals it and then banks it home to beat the buzzer. She finished with a team-high 13. Warhawks led by 4 at the break. And this was more of the same in the third. This time it's London Alexander dialing one up from deep. But Oshkosh closed the game on a 16-0 run. Whitewater falls 57-46. For the first time in 2 weeks, the Wisconsin women's hockey team won't have to take a road trip to Minnesota. No 5-hour bus ride to Duluth or a 4.5-hour jaunt up to Mankato. This weekend, it's home sweet home at LeBon, which is good for a couple of reasons. Mainly, the Badgers are just tough to beat when they're skating in Madison.
Outcome of the game Saturday made the bus ride way easier for me, and it was a great trip home. And now we're in position, as I told the team after practice today, we have 6 out of our last 8 at home. We're in good position.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite things about hockey is the 5-hour bus rides. But no, definitely pumped to be home. The environment at home is just so much fun to play in.
1 week. That's all it took for Matt LaFleur to find his next defensive coordinator. And the man tasked to improve on a unit that seems to have all the right pieces to be great is Jeff Hafley. What do we know about him? Well, not much. He spent the last 4 years as the head coach at Boston College, and he does have NFL coaching experience. He's served as a DB's coach for 6 years on 3 different teams. We'll be right back.
The Monsters of Destruction are coming, and coming with a vengeance. Redneck Rampage Against the Grain, War Wizard, Double Trouble, and the Veteran are ready to put on one heck of a show. Plus, Freestyle Motocross is back. X-Games rider Willie Elam and friends with action you don't want to miss. Day and night shows ready to blow your mind. Every ticket is a pit pass. Come early to meet the drivers. Take a ride in a real monster truck. Don't miss the Monsters of Destruction at the Alliant Energy Center February 3rd and 4th. Get your tickets now at monstersofdestruction.com.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
It's not an I thing, Dad. It's a we thing.
Get a large 2-topping take and bake pizza for just $10.99. Order now at papamurphys.com.
Everyone wants to hire people who are ready to work and passionate about what they do. People that are ready for an opportunity, a job, a career. They just need you to believe in them. Thinkability Wisconsin, providing workforce support for people with disabilities and their employers. They're ready to work and shape the future. All you have to do is start with yes. Join the movement at thinkabilitywi.org.
It's the annual RV show and sale you don't want to miss at Interstate RV, February 2nd through the 4th. Great RV show pricing just up the road. Highway 51, Poinet.
Another year of yo-yo dieting? Not this year. Hit reset and make a permanent change with permanent fat removal by Sonobello.
With Sonobello, day 1, all my unwanted body fat gone.
These are my favorite pair of jeans that I couldn't even button up.
look how flat my stomach is. I couldn't believe, like, it was just gone.
I saw the results immediately. And this is the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
Real women everywhere are transforming their bodies permanently. Sono Bello is not a fad diet or boot camp workout. It's a simple, proven way to remove stubborn body fat permanently and in just one visit.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
If you are looking for physical results and positive emotional results, please run, don't walk to your nearest Sono Bello.
Ready to hit reset? Find out how you can save $250 off instantly. Call now or go to sonobello.com.
Interested in an electric vehicle? Bergstrom has the largest selection of electric vehicles and a team you can trust. Buy with confidence and complete peace of mind from Wisconsin's #1 automotive retailer. Bergstrom Automotive, driven to deliver gas, hybrid, or electric.
Join the media sales team at Television Wisconsin and be part of something bigger. If you're passionate about helping local businesses succeed, apply today at channel3000.com. We're not just hiring, we're building careers.
Innocent bystanders caught up in high-speed car chases Thursday at 10.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
Tonight. I am way better than Taylor. Don't they know it's me? Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
Colbert's got a new late show with Demi Moore tonight on CBS.
All right, soon there will be a new theme park to consider when visiting Florida. Universal Orlando Resort unveiled artist conceptions of its new theme park. It's called Universal Epic Universe. It's set to open next year. That's right, more theme parks in the Orlando area. Creators say the new park features 5 new worlds with more than 50 attractions, entertainment, dining, and shopping experiences. Gary, something for you to
What do they
visit.
think of next?
It's a holiday vacation right there.
Yeah, there you go. Gary on the roller coaster.
I was at Disney World right after it opened. We were there the night that Nixon resigned.
Oh my gosh,
so
Gary.
That's my
remember
memory.
that?
Well, who's Nixon? Wait.
Richard Nixon, the president. Skies are starting to cloud up in the Madison area. Fog really not too bad yet. There are dense fog advisories until 11 a.m. for the western parts of our viewing area, but right now, fog just starting to get going. We'll see it thicken up over the next few hours.
All right, Gary, thanks. And thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.